What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the AEW locker room is siding with the Bucks, a huge WWE match made official, is Sheamus retiring? Good news as Mandy Rose gets engaged, or, well, bad news for some, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. And now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at the AEW locker room siding with the Young Bucks. Our top story today looks at the issues between the Elite and CM Punk and how it looks like the AEW locker room is firmly siding with the Young Bucks. According to PW Torch, the AEW locker room is on the side of the Young Bucks, and this naturally doesn't look good for a potential CM Punk return. Wade Keller from PW Torch would discuss how the Young Bucks are perceived backstage on the PW Torch audio show, and this is what Keller had to say. The Bucks are not seen as abrasive personalities. Passive-aggressive, yes, there's some aspects of that. They're not seen as the assholes, but people who don't like Punk have more negative things to say than people who don't like the Bucks have to say about them in terms of their characterization. The Bucks might rub people the wrong way or not be their type of people or whatever, but they're not jerks. That's kind of the part of the dynamic here. I think some people looked at Punk here and said, you might not like that they are taking your advice, or you might think, oh, that comment didn't need to be made. It's hard for people to imagine Matt and Nick deserving that kind of call out publicly in a context that should have been about celebrating a world title win and a really good pay-per-view. Now we know that Punk has been stripped of the AEW world title predominantly due to his injury status, but we don't know the status of Punk's AEW return. With the locker room firmly siding with the Young Bucks and with AEW ratings doing extremely well in Punk's absence, do AEW simply cut ties with Punk? Well, time will tell. If you were AEW President Tony Khan, what would you do in relation to Punk? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Sheamus shuts down retirement rumors. For the past few months, rumors have been circulating in relation to Sheamus' potential retirement. However, Sheamus has confirmed that he has no plans whatsoever to retire and could wrestle another 8 years. Sheamus would discuss things during an interview with Inside the Ropes, and the former WWE champion stated, "As long as people get excited to see the Celtic Warrior go out there, I'll just keep going as long as possible. I feel like I've got at least another 8 years in me." Sheamus was recently involved in an all-time classic against Gunther at the Clash at the Castle event, and this match was so well received that Dave Meltzer would even award the match a 5-star rating. It's unknown if the feud between Sheamus and the Intercontinental Champion is set to continue, but fans are certainly hopeful that a rematch will take place between the two down the line. Next up, a huge WWE match official. Now, last night, WWE hosted a press conference in Las Vegas to officially announce Roman Reigns vs Logan Paul for the undisputed WWE title. The match will take place in November in Saudi Arabia at the Crown Jewel event, and there's already a ton of buzz surrounding the match taking place. The press conference featured appearances from the Bloodline, Logan Paul, Michael Cole, and even Triple H, so it's evident that the WWE want to treat this feud as a big deal. But judging by social media reactions, there's already a ton of excitement surrounding the match taking place, and just a simple clip of Reigns pushing Logan has over 1 million views on YouTube in just a few short hours. The question now is, how does the WWE book the match? Is WWE really going to have Logan lose only his 3rd match in the company? With that question raised, the follow-up question is, do WWE have the courage to end Reigns' historic title reign at the hands of Logan in order to create some media buzz? It's been extensively reported that WWE still plans on delivering the dream match between Roman Reigns and The Rock at WrestleMania next year. However, whether Reigns walks into that planned match with one or both of his world titles remains to be seen. The head of the table holding both belts is said to be a complex situation, and Reigns' status as a part-time talent is certainly going to be a factor in relation to whether or not Reigns drops either the WWE or Universal title ahead of WrestleMania in April. What do you think of the match? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Jake Paul headed to Crown Jewel. Logan Paul's brother Jake Paul may be attending the Crown Jewel pay-per-view in November, as following the press conference taking place, Jake would tweet, "Logan is the definition of anything is possible. 2 matches in WWE and he's challenging for the belt. I might have to come to Saudi Arabia for this." If Jake does attend the show, it's possible WWE books Jake to get physical in the match, and this would be a smart way for them to obtain as much media attention as possible. Next up, AEW editing Eddie Kingston's promos. Eddie Kingston is one of the most gifted talkers in all of pro wrestling, but his promo this Friday on AEW Rampage was heavily edited. Kingston took to Twitter to reveal that his promo was heavily cut down, possibly because of the amount of curse words that were incorporated into it. Kingston would tweet, "It had to be cut short for time. I also cursed a lot, but I said more and why so many things have gone wrong for me since my match with Jericho, barbed wire everywhere match, hopefully to be on the road too. New York, let's get it." During Kingston's promo, Kingston challenged Sammy Guevara to a match on next week's Grand Slam edition of Rampage. Kingston and Guevara have had issues over the past few months, which actually led to Kingston being suspended by AEW for attempting to even punch Guevara. Grand Slam is set to take place on Wednesday and Friday next week, with both shows being highlighted by the match between Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley to crown a brand new AEW World Champion. Next up, Colt Cabana fires back at CM Punk. The issues between Colt Cabana and CM Punk were well documented, and Cabana is traditionally reserved in bashing his former best friend publicly. However, Punk would recently make a number of unflattering comments towards Cabana at an all-out press conference, including stating that Cabana shares a bank account with his mother. During a Twitch stream last night, Cabana would reference Punk's remarks in the smartest way possible, and rather casually, Cabana would state, "My brother is the director of Family Guy. You can look up his name. He also shares a bank account with my mother." Now, it's unclear if Punk and Cabana will ever sort out their issues. It looks like AEW have tried to keep them away from each other as much as possible, and this has included Cabana reportedly being moved to the Ring of Honor roster. With Punk now out of action indefinitely, it'll be interesting to see if Cabana magically makes a return to AEW television, and if this does take place, we therefore know that Punk was pivotal in Cabana being absent from all areas of AEW programming. Next up, Malakai Black reveals his next move. It was revealed a number of weeks ago that Malakai Black has received his conditional release from AEW. He's been struggling with his mental health and he needs to take a step back from the wrestling world. Black competed at Prestige Wrestling's Perseverance event last night in Pomona, California, and after his match, he would make an official statement regarding his wrestling future. "Please allow me a few weeks or months to recalibrate myself. This is not goodbye and we will see each other very soon." Hopefully Black takes all the time he needs, and when he's ready to return to the squared circle, he will be welcomed back with open arms. And finally, Mandy Rose gets engaged. Our final story today shares some congratulatory news in relation to Mandy Rose. The reigning NXT Women's Champion is now engaged. She shared the news via Instagram yesterday by sharing photos of herself along with her fiancé with the caption, "My heart is so full." And what fans may not know is that Rose's fiancé is former NXT star Tino Sabatelli. Rose is on the top of the women's division in NXT currently, having been the women's champion for over 320 days. Now we extend our warmest congratulations to Rose as well as Sabatelli. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.